on, Sally. You can help me out here. You can tell me which dress I should be married in tomorrow. Ooh, red, that is a lovely color. It's not my color, though, but it would look good on you.
Pack these things and get out of here.
Now, is that any way to treat your son's future bride?
There is not going to be any wedding.
You know, you're right about that, because we can't wait any longer, so we're just going to have a nice, simple civil ceremony.
And you can wipe that smirk off your face, Reva Shane. You are not, I repeat, not going to marry my son.
Oh, yes, I am. And you better get used to the idea, because you don't have a chance in hell of stopping us.
You are a damn fool, Reva. A played-out fool.
Why don't you just give up, old lady?
Because I have an ace up my sleeve, and you know what it is.
I have a lot to do. Please leave.
You wish. I came to see Kyle, and I am not leaving until I tell him what I have to say.
I said get out.
From where I'm standing, you would do well not to issue any ultimatums to me, Reva. I've got news for Kyle that's going to turn your little world inside out.
Nothing you could say will change the way Kyle feels about me.
What I say to Kyle is going to make you obsolete. You think he's going to hang around after he hears that Maeve is carrying his baby?
He loves me.
So what? Do you think for 1 minute that he will desert the mother of his child after the way he grew up?
He won't leave me.
He will realize that he belongs with Maeve and that he loves her. And he has always loved her.
No.
And he will never desert this baby. He will never let this baby grow up without a daddy.
No.
He will never allow history to repeat itself. So you might as well throw in the towel, girl. You have lost.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'll find him.
You won't tell him anything.
And you accuse me of being a manipulator. Just what do you think you're doing now? Trying to keep Kyle from finding out about Maeve's pregnancy. You've known about this for days, haven't you? And you've done everything within your power to keep Kyle from finding out about his baby so you can hang on to it.
Your being self-righteous is about all I can handle, Sally.
What's the matter, honey? Are you feeling guilty? Well, you certainly ought to. You rushed out and got your divorce. And now you're going to push Kyle in front of a judge tomorrow to get some legal hooks into him before he finds out about his baby.
I am doing what's best for both of us.
And you certainly didn't bother to find out how Kyle felt about it, now did you?
Baby or no baby, Kyle and I belong together. And don't think for 1 minute that you or anybody else can come between us. And if you think that, you are dead wrong.
Well, it looks like we have reached an impasse, you and I. I'll tell you what. Let's let Kyle decide.
You want to talk about babies, Sally? Let's talk about babies. Why don't we start with yours? Why don't you tell me about your firstborn, Sally? Why don't you tell me all about Billy?
Where did you get that?
I found a lot of photographs at HB's, but this particular one I found at your place.
My place? You broke into my apartment.
Oh, honey, I didn't have to. You have a very friendly hotel manager who let me in.
You had no right. That was trespassing.
What do you want to do, Sally? Call the police? Go ahead.
Don't tempt me. I just might.
Fine. I'd be more than happy to tell him why I did it. I'll tell all of Springfield, the Lewises included.
And what are you going to tell him, Reva? That you found a bunch of old baby pictures floating
I'll
around?
tell him I wanted the truth, and by God, I got it.
What in the world are you babbling on about?
I know that you're Billy's mother.
You certainly do have a good imagination, Reva.
Oh, no, Sally. I have proof.
Proof?
What were you doing with a bunch of baby pictures of Billy stashed away at your suite?
I was real close to H.B. and Miss Martha at that time. And I was crazy about all their children, but especially Billy, because he was their first.
Yeah, that's right. He was the oldest. And I must admit that this particular birth certificate does state that Billy's parents were H.B. and Martha.
Well, there you are. So I don't know what all this fuss
Well,
is
you
about
see, there
when
is
you
just
have it.
one other little problem. You see, there was a duplicate of a birth certificate for Harlan Billy Lewis, Jr. And on this particular one, it states here that Miss Sally Gleason was the proud mama. And believe me, Sally, I have no doubt which one is the forgery.
Oh, my God.
Why did you do it, Sally? Why have you been lying all these years? And how in the world did you get HB to go along with that lie? Answer me.
I did it because I loved Billy. I wanted to protect him. All I wanted was to protect my baby. After Billy was born, I stayed on with H.B. and Miss Martha for a while. When we realized it was time that I moved on, I did. And Billy was raised as their own child. I had to give Billy up for his own sake. You see, I wasn't ready for a child. I was a child myself. I was only 17 when he was born. I wanted Billy to have all the best. And I knew that that was what H.B. and Miss Martha would give him. And H.B. was his daddy. And he belonged with him. And Miss Martha, oh, she wanted a baby so bad. It looked so simple then. It seemed so simple. But I paid for it later. Let me tell you, I paid. There were a million nights that I wanted to run and claim my baby. But I was afraid it would kill Billy to find out that Miss Martha was not his real mama. And it would kill him to find out that he was
A bastard. Like Kyle.
That's right, Reva. You just go on and twist the knife. You must be having a field day.
Not really.
I wanted to be fair with Kyle, too.
Then why didn't you tell him? Why didn't you let Kyle know that HB was his daddy, too? You knew how much having a father meant to him.
I couldn't tell him.
Why not? You protected Billy. Why not Kyle?
I did protect Kyle. He never wanted for anything. I gave him everything money could buy. I gave him the finest clothes and the best.
He needed more than that. He needed the love of a father just as much as Billy did, maybe even more.
But I loved him. I was there.
He needed his daddy. He needed HB.
You don't know what you're talking about, Rita. You don't know anything about
All I know is that your lies nearly destroyed the man I loved.
Stop
Your
it.
lies, I won't stop it. Not until you tell me why you kept HB and Kyle apart for so long.
Kyle is not HB's son. He isn't his son.
This
HB's son. What did you just say? Nothing. I know that's not what I meant. I've had enough of this.
No, you're not leaving until you finish what you started, Sally.
No.
Say it. You've been lying for years. Say it. Kyle is not HB's son.
Oh, Kyle. Kyle is not HB's son.
Oh, my God. He's not a Lewis.
What difference does it make now, anyway?
Difference in the world.
You are never going to marry Kyle. That is never, ever
We're not
going to
finished
happen.
with this, Sally. Does HB know?
I've had enough of
Tell me. Does HB know that Kyle is not his son?
Yes, he was in on the whole thing. He would do anything to keep you and Kyle apart.
No, you're lying. You're lying.
not.
He would never be behind anything like this. He would never lie to me. Obviously, you had to have blackmailed him.
He lied of his own free will. He lied to hang on to you.
No.
Yes.
No, you're making this all up. You're making it all up. You were behind all this poison. You're behind all this deceit. You're the one who's made Kyle suffer all his life. Well, I'm not going to let you do it anymore. I'm going to see to it that he doesn't suffer anymore. You're not going to tell Kyle about Maeve's baby.
You can't stop me, Reva. What are you doing?
Let's go and take a good long look, Sally. Oh, I know why you won't let me near Kyle. And I know why you'd do anything possible to make my life miserable. Look in the mirror, Sally. You're eating yourself alive with jealousy. Every time you see me, you see all the things you've lost. Your youth, your beauty, HB. And now you're scared to death you're going to lose Kyle to me too, aren't you? Well, you're damn right about that, because I am going to marry Kyle, and none of your spiteful dealings are going to be able to put a stop to that. I am going to be Kyle's wife, and I'm going to make him happy. That's something you could never do, Sally. You made his life a living hell. But I'm not going to let you spoil the one chance he has for happiness. I won't let you. If you ever try to come between Kyle and me again, I swear I will give you more trouble than you ever dreamed of. And I will see to it that you lose Kyle once and for all. If you tell Kyle about Maeve's baby, then I am going to be forced to tell Kyle about HB. Now leave us alone. Get out of here before I throw you out.
What's going on?
I'm not... No, you can't, Kyle. Not so soon.
Why not?
Well, you're a public figure. You should have a public wedding. You're just going to open yourself up to all kinds of gossip and scandal.
What kind of scandal? It's not as if Reva is pregnant or something.
Listen to me, Kyle.
No, you listen to me. I've waited all my life for someone like Reva, and I finally have her. And I love her. We've overcome every obstacle to come our way. I have earned the right to hold her in my arms and have her be my wife. And no one and nothing is going to deny me that.
I'll go.
I'm sorry, Mother, but you had to know that.
All I ever wanted, Kyle, was your happiness.
Reva is my happiness.
Then you have my blessing.
And Reva, does she?
Of course.
I'll see you out. Just so we can make one thing clear, Sally. You're not going to tell him Maeve's carrying his child.
And you're not going to tell him that HB is not his father.
You should remember one more thing. I know Billy's your son. When you fight, you win.
Hey, you know, actions speak louder than words.
Hold it. Hold it.
First the wedding, and then the honeymoon. That's the rule.
Hey, who made that rule?
Well, it's a rule that you're going to have to pay attention to, because I need all 24 hours to get ready for my wedding.
Well, actually, there are things that I can do, too.
Good, then do them. Get me something nice.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on just a second. Give me a kiss goodbye. Why don't you stay for a while?
Bye.
Bye. Yes, hi, this is Kyle Sampson calling. I would like to order 1 dozen long-stem red roses, please. I would like them delivered along with this card to Maeve, who's given me the gift of life. Love always, Kyle. No, on second thought, I'll come by and pick them up myself. Thank you.